We are back. YMCA in Houston, Texas for the Race for 8 Season 2, Stop 3, as Andy Nett goes up against Abraham Montijo. My name is Dave Vincent alongside legend John Bike. Score here is 2-0. You saw Andy Nett play Abraham Montijo in Ireland. You watched it on a live broadcast, John, as it was Andy Nett defeating Montijo. Both of those players flying from the States had to play each other in the opening round of that World Championship.
That's a tough draw right there.
Sort of a revenge match for Abraham, but he's finding out quickly why Andy Nett is an elite player, because Andy's serve is just unbelievable, especially with this hard ball.
Yeah, I agree with that. Andy on his own has tremendous upside potential, and then playing with this new ball, I think definitely push him along even further.
This is a round of 16 matchup. Abraham was a qualifier, and he gets a side out there, almost a screen serve. Turns into a punch defensive shot from Abraham. And a side out.
Yeah, when you're carrying around a serve like Andy has, you can, just rounding out your game could just catapult you way up the rankings. You're already going to get a certain amount of easy points every match. It's a great weapon.
Well, Andy's serve is great, but his back wall game is picking up too.
Yeah, just as I think last spring the weakness was he was below par on the change of pace. There's no reason you can't develop that and get more comfortable. And then if he truly rounds everything out, we could have a real superstar in our hands.
Play 5. Short. Second serve.
The second serve here. Montijo and Andy Nett both wearing the red shirts.
5-0. Short.
Unfortunately for Abraham Montijo, he has officially been fined $35 for not wearing an approved shirt.
That's the only way they're going to learn. Hit him in the pocketbook. And relative to NFL salaries, that's the equivalent of like a $50,000 fine right there, percentage-wise. It's like he just went helmet to helmet. But
0.5.
Well, John Iglesias got rung up in the last round.
Unprepared, yep.
Made his shirt change into a kind of a gray Under Armour shirt.
2.5.
Now 2 quick points here for Abraham Montijo, who's been playing Luis Moreno very tough in Tucson, Arizona.
Is he now?
Playing very good ball in Tucson.
5.2.
It's an exciting age for these guys. You know, Anthony Celestro and a couple of other young guys.
I think it was a spin. I didn't see any slide on that one. Okay, yeah, point.
Just on the cusp where, you know, who's going to take it to the next level? Who's going to... Abe can start with his retrieving ability and hands and fly shooting and develop from there. Andy obviously starts with the big serve.
I agree with that. It actually is an exciting time, not just for that age, but just for handball in general, because there are some of these guys that are trying to lift their game, like the John Iglesias we just saw against Alan Garner, who's knocking on the door as well.
Yeah, beautiful court coverage from Iglesias. You can always get in an opponent's mind covering the court like he did. Good answer by Montijo there. If Andy hits that serve a little high, you got to punish him for it.
Short.
punching rally here ended with a solid pass shot.
6 play 2. Hold it, replay.
So on my first webcast ever on the wagon, you're just gonna let me go solo here, make me do more talking? Okay.
Well, I thought the picture was explaining it all.
That's it's kind of my philosophy too. I don't like to step over the action.
Handball
Even
so
for
quick,
minutes at a time sometimes.
7 play 2.
just so much action here and very little time to talk that
That could have been a screen.
Abraham tries to leave his feet there and actually does, but doesn't get the ball to the front wall.
Ball's on you very
8 play
quickly.
2. Play 2. All right, first time out, 1 minute.
Good call by Abraham. Nett looking very comfortable right now. And good time for a timeout.
We are also going to take a timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You stick with us. This is a one-game match to 25 in the round of 16.
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's about to fall over.
Anything he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
to be a perfect parent.
There are 2 people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Back now into the action here at 13-2 with Andy Nett serving to Abraham Montijo.
13 play 2.
There is halftime at 15. I'm sure Abraham can't wait for that halftime to take place so he can break the momentum.
Yeah, he's hoping to at least win a rally or two before then, maybe get some kind of momentum, but he's got a tall hill to climb right now.
Set out. Two play 13.
One of the things about Andy Nett that I'm very impressed with, you know, John, his power is amazing, but his get ability is right up there with some of the best I've ever seen.
I was thinking that in that last quick-handed return he made. That's
Short.
a weakness of most big guys, but outstanding reactions.
Second serve.
I don't put him in that same realm as a Sean Linning, Luis Moreno up front get ability on the side to side, but his front to back action, kind of Danny Armijo-esque,
14 play 2.
but in a sort of a different way. Just unbelievable strength and power from the big guy.
Set up.
Yeah, if he gets a hand on it, he's probably got a little
2
behind
play
it
14.
too. Abe just can't get anything going.
14 play 2.
Nice shot right there. Abraham threads the needle to that right corner kill and gets the side out.
14.
Had 3 or 4 side outs while Andy's only scored 1 point. There's a point. Let a reverse or a screen. Point, yep. Good hook there.
3-play 14. Play 3. Hold it, replay.
Andy explaining he certainly wasn't intending to hit the ball there. That's what created that contact.
And there it is, halftime, as Andy Nett takes Abraham Montijo 15-3 here at the half. We'll have a 3-minute break and be back in just a bit to continue the action from the family YMCA in Houston, Texas. For John Bike, I'm Dave Vincent. Stick around. We'll have more in about 3 minutes.
Hello, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Our non-toxic, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner works great for cleaning. Thank you. Non-toxic, biodegradable, Simple Green. It's great for cleaning.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
At shelters, you'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Why wait? You can make a difference in the life of an animal. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person and adopt your new best friend today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
So that, by the transitive stuff.
All right, resuming play. Abraham serving second half. 3-play 15.
Oh yeah?
We are back into the action here in Houston, Texas, as Abraham Montijo gets that first serve. Nice to see legend John Bike signing autographs here in the broadcast booth.
Signed by an old pro basketball player.
That's sweet, sweet.
15-play 3.
Andy Nett, elite player in his own right, serving here at 15-3, really doing what he does in the early rounds, and that is play hard handball.
3-play 15.
John Bike is a legend here in Texas. John, it's kind of like returning home. I mentioned to Dave Fink that you were you know, this was a second home, but it dawned on me that Texas really isn't like your second home state. Maybe Arizona is. Maybe, you know, now we have to figure out where your second home is. Is it Colorado? Is it
Not
Texas?
Colorado.
New Mexico? Where is it?
By time, it's here, Austin. Austin was the second most amount of time. Excellent question, though.
Well, we're
There's
trying to
always
kill
some
time.
point in these matches where the discussion gets back to me. I used to fight it, but I'm just going to go with it this time. I lived in Austin from September 1984. Yeah.
3 play 15.
Is it the side out? And Abraham just, maybe he should take a little time in there. He's running into the box, hitting on below average serve. And
15 play 3.
he is getting enough side outs. When you're playing Andy Nett, if you're getting that many side outs, you're happy with that. He's just got to take advantage when he gets in the box. Bit of a force there.
16 play 3.
Working the rally neutral for a long time.
Short.
Gave it away.
Second serve. Play 3.
Boy, Andy Nett is really putting a lick in here on Abraham. I felt this was going to be a breakthrough tournament for Abraham just by watching him play against Luis Moreno in league night in Tucson, Arizona. And I know you can't do that in practice because it's a different type of pressure. But I really felt that just watching the pure shots that he was making, that he would be giving Andy a run for his money. But on paper, a ground and pounder doesn't, it matches up well with Abraham. So
yeah, I think what we're also seeing is we always talk in all our clinics and all about how important serve and serve return are. And I mean, Abe's just getting 0 off his serve. I don't have the stats in front of me, and I'm not going to make them up like you guys do, but I'll bet you he's got as many side outs as most folks would usually get against Nett, but only 3 points to show for it. And it's not even, I mean, he's hitting serves that Nett's attacking. It's not even, not only is he not getting easy points, he's giving Nett easy shots off the serve.
Right.
Hard to score points like that. In these long rallies, they're pretty even, but all the short rallies going to Andy.
this will be a big backbreaker for Abraham if he loses this rally too. These are the ones that you have to win these.
Yeah, when you're behind, and he did it.
Set up.
Let's see if he can capitalize now. Get in the box, take his time, focus on a target, and get a little momentum here.
Timeout. It's your second timeout. 1 minute.
Now that's youth right there. The amount of times they were both on the floor, you do not have to use a timeout there.
3:17.
There's got to be a wet spot somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. You're watching the Race for 8 season number 2, stop number 3. Anchorage, Alaska will be coming up after this one, February 14th through the 16th, as we watch this replay brought to you by Simple Green.
Seconds.
That was my cell phone ringtone for a text message. Look at this long replay between these two. And this is the style of game that Abraham wants to play. He really does want to pound around like this, but
he's having a hard time getting to this position. Great get there.
Resuming
this
play.
Replay was longer than the timeout.
Replay 17.
Amazing. He didn't get a weak return there, but at least he didn't give anything Andy to attack. And an even rally, and Abraham takes it. And on one shot, Nett once again able to switch position. Abe's at 20 feet after the serve return. Abe's at 35, and Andy's at 20.
And there's finally a rally that is closed out from Montijo where he puts the ball down.
4 play 17.
See what he can do with the serve here. It's almost like he's lifting instead of staying down on a serve.
Yeah, definitely a little tension, rushing the motion a tiny bit, and hopping up.
Now he got the point, but he does have a really good serve, and I'm surprised that he's hitting it so high here.
He's definitely popped. Yeah.
You know, playing on panel walls, not saying that this is an excuse at all, John, but playing on panel walls is the difference between those hard Tucson concrete walls, and I think he's finding a little bit of frustration trying to adjust. Referee, let him play through that contact.
Side up. 17 play 5.
Yeah, that's definitely part of tournament handball, though. You got your own target height and velocity for your locked-in serve. You go to a different court, and that serve's just short all of a sudden. You got to know your game well enough to make the small adjustment.
Well, he was on the court practicing for about an hour before the match started. I thought maybe he would work some of those things out.
If you could aim a hair higher, but not do it by lifting up its torso, just a slight difference in the arm angle, maybe.
There's a left-handed kill from Andy Nett. That fadeaway patented left hand.
Andy's showing no problem at all. Not sure how his home court is, but he looks perfectly comfortable serving here. I never know when you're gonna be needing a substitute booth guy, but I do want to say I was
5 play 19.
really impressed with him and Luis did in Ireland. It was great win. Ireland winning pretty much every event. But he and Luis going through a gauntlet, 3 extremely tough matches in a row.
That was it was fun to watch and also broadcast. I felt that was a sort of a stepping stone for Andy Nett. You know, mentally, there's always that one tournament or that one win that you get that kind of puts you into a different realm, and I felt that maybe Andy Nett kind of stepped up a little bit, especially in his play. Certain parts of that game where he took over, where it appeared that Luis was tired, and he was one of the top 3 players in the world for a few shots.
Yeah.
And I know that he must have been, must have felt it.
Yeah, it had to be a good feeling for him. You know, somewhere in you, you know or suspect you're on equal terms with those guys, and it's great to actually do it.
But moreover, for Andy Nett, as we kind of reminisce about the World Championships, the post-game interview was the greatest when he said that he wanted to get that win for Luis because of what happened to Luis the night or 2 nights earlier when he lost to Paul Brady. When asked on microphone, you know, about how do you feel about this? Oh, it's not about me. I wanted to get this for Luis. He deserved it. You know, and I just felt that, and he truly meant it. This wasn't just for the cameras. It was inspiring to see a guy like Andy say that he just came over here to help Luis get this. You know, and I became a huge fan of his after that.
And in this time, he's showing his all. He just won a game with a Paul Haber ceiling shot there. So he's showing us his whole game right now.
22 play 6. Hold it, screen. 22 play 6. Hold it, replay.
replay there was on
22 play
Abraham's
6.
shot before Andy had that second one. Andy about to close the door here.
Play 6.
Nett 1 point away from advancing to play the winner of Vic Perez and Charlie Shanks.
And Abraham Montijo gets that side out here, and there might be a timeout being called. Abraham milking some TV time here. This is very frustrating when you know that you have been playing good handball and you find yourself trailing big time to one of the elite players like this. Certainly if you are going to lose, and it's not something you intend to do, but if you are going to lose, you would want it to be where you're putting on a pretty good fight. And here at 6 points is not exactly what Abraham felt. But that's why we play these all out. You never know. John Bike, we have this brand new video set that we have set up here in Houston. And as you can clearly see, isn't that beautiful? The background there of downtown Houston, yeah. And if it was snowing, you'd see snow falling. Absolutely a new set that we have here in Houston, Texas. Now, this YMCA isn't one that you've played at before, this family-wide. The old club was tore down. Is that correct? Do you know a little bit of history here?
Yeah, that was the place. I started here in the early 80s, when I was mid-80s, I'm sorry, at the University of Texas, just a few blocks away, just a nice patch of grass now, and a lot of stories there. This is the first time I've been to this place.
It's a nice facility. It's nice and clean as we go back to the court here. 6-24. Abraham going to try to see if he can do something. Left-handed punch there.
That was closer to Abe's correct serve there. Nice fluid hook, just barely over the line. He's kicking himself for not having this a little earlier in the match.
Short. Second serve.
It's funny, John, and you've seen this a few times over the years where a player could be trailing and then they tell themselves, well, there's no way I'm going to win this now. It's all over with. And all of a sudden you see a 10-point run. What is it that you can tap into to start your event where you can get into that mental state of mind where you can just be relaxed enough to say, well, this, you know, because you see it so many times where a player can do those little extensions, and it's all just obviously mental. How can you break into that immediately as you step in? Is that what separates champions from other players?
That's probably one, yeah, it's one vital mental skill to have, yeah, to always come in the court in the right frame of mind. For me, it used to be a real long warm-up. Just the body actually sweating. Just no chance of a physically cold start, and the head would usually flow with that. Blood's flowing right. If I do that now, I'm tired before I start.
Andy hits that ball hard. Abe's able to paddle it back out. Abe paddling, doing a lot of paddle work right now. Abe can't paddle that shot. He has to go down and kill it.
Excellent effort from Abe. Stinking fly, got a little behind him. Abe's gonna make Andy earn this last point.
8 plays 24.
So that served too high, but right on the wall.
9 plays 24.
Saved himself there with the location. Should score this point too. That's what you're talking about, Andy.
Yeah.
Range.
He's able to run backwards about as fast as anybody I've ever seen, and he uses the back wall. Also, those long arms, he's able to flip it back.
On a 20-foot wide court, if your range is a half foot more than someone else's, it's a pretty big advantage.
Point.
Thought that ball skipped in, but I guess it was good.
11 plays 24.
It sounded like a skip from here.
Short.
And if any of those numerous side outs Abraham earned earlier in the match, if he just one run like this could have changed everything.
That's just too much power right there on that return from Andy Nett. As the fans slowly start creeping in here. You know, Bob Kaluta from
24 game point.
New Orleans coming in just to watch the match, not to play, but to watch. 24 game point and match. Abraham hits a hard ceiling shot.
Yeah, multiply him by 10,000, we got something.
There it is.
There's a match.
Andy Nett takes down Abraham. Montijo advances, and now we'll play the winner of Shanks and Vic Perez.
That's right.
Okay, we'll have more action coming up right around the corner. We do want you to stick around here as we take a quick look at that broadcast schedule with Chip Morales and Aaron Garner, brother of Alan, coming up next. You stick around as, John, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break and be back for that last round of 16 match that will be broadcast, and then we'll have those round of 8 matches taken off at 3 o'clock Central Time here in Houston. So stick around. We'll have more handball at the Race for 8 Season 2, stop number 3 in Houston, Texas at racefor8.com. Stick with us.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.